The government decided to carry out an experiment. On the streets, people are asked their opinion about the prison island.
It makes me feel safe. We don't have the death penalty to protect us anymore.
Maybe they can get together and make a better life for themselves.
It sounds absurd. That's kind of a leper colony.
Well, why should that concern American citizens if they're on an island to themselves?
Well, wouldn't be no money to put a rope around their neck?
Afterward, the television journalists review the footage recorded on the streets. 3 years ago, the death penalty for first-degree murder was replaced by exile, and now criminals are sent to the island of San Bruno, better known as the prison island. Escape is impossible because the island is surrounded by minefields, and the only passage for boats is guarded by a military destroyer. Now the journalists are preparing to film a new movie about the inhabitants of the island.
It's a brief rehash of their crimes. His partner in a $2 million robbery.
Hey, I know her, Lee Phillips. She threatened United Trust Bank.
But how about something for the bored housewife? All she did was poison her husband.
Sex. Gotta keep him interested till the commercial.
Julian Mother Dillon, remember him?
Oh, Bunny Campbell did in her mommy and daddy with an ice pick. Her we can use. Sounds good. Then we'll end the show with footage of our star. Have you seen what we got in today?
Recalling the characters from their previous movie and looking at their photos, the television crew feels satisfied. The new movie should turn out quite well. Meanwhile, another woman sentenced to relocation on the island is being taken there.
Carmen Sims, by order of Judge Junius Clay, you are sentenced to exile in San Bruno Maximum Security Detention Center for the rest of your natural life. Pursuant to Title 41, Section 7 of the California Penal Code, you are hereby declared legally dead. Sign here.
Enraged, the woman throws the piece of paper away and immediately screams in fear. The body of a man sways among the waves. When she reaches the shore, she sees several more bodies of prisoners who have died in captivity. Sims settles in for the night, unaware that a man is watching her from a cliff. She tries to light a campfire, but fails. Then, the stranger comes down to the shore. The woman grabs an axe. The man explains that he used to be a doctor, so he meets all the newcomers and examines them.
It's wild mimosa. You want to snort?
I don't want to get stoned.
What's your name?
Carmen.
Mine's Milford. I used to be a doctor.
Where's everybody?
They've seen you. Not far. Over that bluff.
How many are there?
Now? Maybe 40.
How many women?
Not enough.
I saw 2 bodies in the water. Well, were they killed?
I don't know.
Aren't we all?
The doctor leaves and Carmen stays to sleep on the shore. In the morning, she heads to the prisoners' camp. She soon sees people dressed in uniforms going about their daily routines. At that moment, Bobby, who has taken charge of the camp, steps out of his cabin with his loyal assistant, Monk. They see Carmen entering the camp. Around her are many men and only 3 women. Bobby orders Monk to escort the woman.
Yeah, you look like you could take on about 3 or 4 right off.
Get your hands off of me.
I don't know what you thought before you got to this island, but I'm gonna tell you what to think now.
Nobody help me!
Leaving the crying woman behind, Monk gives the order to start working. Everyone leaves. At night, the women return to their cabin and find Carmen lying on a mat. One of the women, Bunny, attacks her and drags her across the floor. Confused, Carmen doesn't understand what she did wrong. Joy explains the problem to her.
What was that all about? You were lying in her corner. I'll take this corner if nobody objects.
I wouldn't do that.
All right, have it your way. I don't like these accommodations anyway.
The exit, she runs into a couple of men who push her back inside. She cannot understand why they treat her this way. The women explain to her that she has ended up among the privileged beauties, who, in addition to working, must also stay close to all the men. But Carmen is not the type to be pushed around. She promises to take care of Bobby and advises the other beauties to watch out for her. Finally, she turns to the one who threw her off the mat. Despite her attitude, the next day Carmen ends up strapped to a harness with Lee, and, along with the others, begins to plow the garden. The women play the role of horses, pulling the plow themselves. When the man in charge notices that his workers are tired, he gives them a brief break and steps aside. Carmen cannot understand why the women put up with such treatment. While the women are talking, one of the female workers asks for water, but the brute pours the cup onto her face. The youngest of the men, Chino, feels sorry for her and gives her water, for which he immediately receives a blow from the leader. A knife fight breaks out, which is stopped by the arrival of Bobby and Mike. Chino leaves, and the woman receives her punishment.
Starting this afternoon, you'll help build a storehouse.
The women are sent to do construction work, where they have to knead clay and carry heavy stones. Carmen quickly wears her hands raw, and the doctor approaches to help her and decides to bandage them. However, Carmen is very unhappy with his presence. But then, Monk appears and orders Carmen back to work. At night, the women return to their cabin, but Monk announces a night shift for everyone. Morning arrives. The women are serving food when one of the workers pushes the brute, causing him to drop his plate. A fight breaks out that ends with the death of the unfortunate man whose body is thrown into the sea. Meanwhile, the women are washing clothes.
Did you ever hear Bunny talk?
She never told us.
No, she stopped when she killed her folks.
Suddenly, a group of fugitive prisoners, those who refuse to live under Bobby's rules, ambush the guards. After taking out the security, they take the women with them. The survivors know that Bobby will be furious. That night, the fugitives settle around a campfire, eating freshly caught wild game and imagining Bobby boiling with rage. In the morning, the men discuss where to go next and what to do with the women. However, Carmen refuses to return to Bobby's camp. Nobody is going to put me in any cage, but the other women do not agree with that decision either. They understand that this group is much smaller than Bobby's gang, and they wouldn't stand a chance in an open fight. The group splits up. Later, while Joy practices archery, Lee finds a strange stone in the stream.
You know what this is? A rock. It's niter. If we mix it with sulfur and charcoal, we can make gunpowder.
Meanwhile, Carmen brings AG an herb that can be used to make poison. She learned the recipe from her grandmother, a voodoo worshiper, and is ready to brew a deadly mixture. She returns the knife to the man, though he offers it to her for self-defense. But Carmen is more concerned about another matter. Bunny also finds a man who treats her with kindness and respect. He asks her to gather some berries while he hunts for dinner. At the same time, back at Bobby's camp, Bobby rages with anger, ordering Monk to find the fugitives and bring the women back. Meanwhile, Izzy offers Joy some wild honey.
What's that?
It's royal jelly. Those bees will stomp all over your body if you get any of that on you. There's a whole hive of them right there in that stump.
How nice.
Later, the woman takes Tyler to the spot where the beehive is and invites him to taste the honey. She scoops out some sweetness and rubs it on him, then strikes the hive. The furious bees swarm over the honey-covered man. He is forced to run, diving into a puddle to escape while Joy laughs out loud. While the other men mock the unfortunate lover, Bobby's men attack the camp. Cornell fights Monk while the others flee.
Get me some time. You got it.
After holding off the pursuers, he catches up with the group, and they lose themselves in the forest, leaving traps in their wake. One of the pursuers dies in the trap. Monk informs Bobby about the loss of a couple of their men and their failure to capture the others. Meanwhile, at the fugitives' camp, one of the wounded men takes a turn for the worse.
Is it ready?
Yeah.
We need you. Don't do it.
Look, I can't just sit here and watch him bleed to death.
AJ decides to take a desperate step. Later, AJ brings the doctor, but it is already too late. In the morning, the group discusses their situation. They cannot keep running all over the island forever, which means they must get rid of Bobby and his gang. None of them will ever leave the island, and nobody wants to spend the rest of their lives hiding. The women also support the idea of eliminating their enemies.
Oh, I've got plenty of niter. Charcoal's no problem.
That stuff grows every place.
Good.
We're ready.
The group buries the fallen man, and the doctor decides to stay with the new crew. Meanwhile, back at Bobby's camp, one of the inmates is building a simple radio, and the boss finds the correct frequency. At the same time, Lee and some of the men begin to manufacture gunpowder. After grinding the necessary ingredients, they pour them into jars. Now, all that's left is to light the fuse before throwing them.
Here, catch!
Duck!
Where's Rabbit?
She was over there.
Meanwhile, Bobby's men find Bunny at the waterfall and take her away, but one of them stays behind and meets Izzy's axe. At that very moment, Bobby is listening to the radio.
What is it? The picket ship. They're bringing in supplies in the morning. It's so perfect. And she'll make it so easy.
Meanwhile, the others follow Bunny's trail and see the woman tied to posts on the seashore as bait. The women rush to help, but realize they cannot deal with the bandits. Then, a police boat approaches the island, Bobby and his gang hide in the rocks. As the police unload boxes of supplies on the shore, one of them goes to help the woman. She runs away. At that moment, one of Bobby's men swims to the boat, kills the officer, grabs his rifle, and opens fire on those on the beach. Bobby's bandits arm themselves, and while one stays behind to guard the boat, the others return to camp. Meanwhile, AJ's group discusses the situation.
Go find Bunny, and don't get spotted, huh? We're going down to that boat.
They're holding a peace down there, man.
How do we get close without getting shot?
Same as they did.
You can swim?
Like a water snake.
At this moment, Bobby shoots a member of the gang who dared to contradict him.
I'd call you...
I don't need you! I don't need anybody!
Back on the shore, Izzy kills the boat guard with a blowgun. The bandit dies, and now the group has a gun and a boat.
Found us some gas. I ain't got my bike with me. That's too heavy. They may be back in a minute now.
Just then, the doctor sees Bunny and runs to help her. Suddenly, the girl begins to speak and begs to go home. Back at the camp, Bobby accuses Monk of cowardice. Monk, in turn, reminds him that too many of their men have died in the past. That night, by the campfire, the doctor tells how he was convicted for disconnecting the life support of a patient who was already dead, and that he doesn't want to return to a world that betrayed him. In the morning, the group moves toward Bobby's camp, but it is deserted.
He's waiting for us. Take a look at camp. There's no sign of life, is there?
So what? It won't change anything.
Give them a chance to get over by that trough before you make your move, okay?
Right.
Everyone heads to their assigned positions. The women prepare gasoline cans and homemade grenades. The men prepare for the assault. Joy gives instructions to Bunny while Tyler pours fuel into pipes, leading to Bobby's bunker. First, a toilet explodes with one of the bandits inside. Then the grenades fly toward the cabins. Panic breaks out in the camp. Nobody knows what is happening, but Bobby and Monk return fire with the captured weapons. During the shootout, Cornell dies. Bobby keeps shooting from the storage shed, and Lee grabs a grenade and runs toward the bunker. There is an explosion, but Bobby survives and shoots the woman in the back, killing her. Wounded, Monk manages to reach Bobby's bunker.
Bobby! Goddammit, Bobby, you wasted ammunition!
Now, the two are shooting together, but Monk grows frustrated because Bobby is wasting too many bullets. Joy desperately waves a piece of cloth, but Bunny is in shock and cannot remember what she is supposed to do. She runs to help the wounded, only to get shot herself. Then the doctor runs after her, carries her to safety, rushes to the pipes, pours gasoline into the drainage system, and sets it on fire. Bobby realizes too late what is happening. The explosion tears through the bunker, killing him instantly. Peace and calm return to the camp.
Boy, will I be happy 4 months from now.
Dr. Norman Milford, report to the beach.
Police boat docks on the shore, summoning the doctor. They inform him that his case is going to be reopened, but the doctor says that Milford is dead. A new woman steps onto the shore and listens as the doctor and Bunny welcome her to the prison island.
Hello. Who are you?
I'm Dana.
Welcome to Terminal Island.